Good morning. I am here waiting for all of you joining. Let's put some nature sound. Just to bring in the sounds of nature as we are used to listen in the park whilst we practice yoga. So I'm gonna let people on Facebook as well know that we are here. Okay. So I want to welcome everyone that is joining me in this session this morning. Some of you don't do this class live. Some of you just repeat it or catch up during the week, which is lovely. Hello. So it is really nice when I know and people send me messages saying, I just done the class. Thank you for that. It's lovely that to know that you are doing the class live and repeating it during the week, or you are catching up during the week with this class. So if you are on and you are joining me right now, thank you so much. If you are watching this during the week, thank you so much as well. So today we're going to start the class with a theme that I thought it comes very, very handy. Today is the 2nd of November. How does November happen so quick? I don't know. It just seems like it was a blink and then we are in November. And for me, November is like a long December. So Halloween's gone and then November arrived, but it's kind of blend with December. So for me, kind of disappear and all together becomes Christmas. So I put my Christmas lights last night actually. The ones outside of my house, obviously. Inside, I'm gonna start very soon. But yes, just going back to the theme of today is finding that calmness, that space of calmness and stillness, um, in order to welcome what I call the busiest time of the year. And I don't know about you, but for me, it kind of started building up a little bit of anxiety, knowing that everywhere where I am going is going to be full of people and full of shopping. The shoppings are going to the shops are going to be full of people, and it's not the fact that there is people everywhere. It's the fact that there is people everywhere walking in complete madness and stress about what they're doing. And it's something that we carry behind. It's unconscious. It's not even conscious. We are rushing around. We are going getting things last minute or in the rush of getting ahead of the cues. We are completely unconscious in a very anxious and stressful mode. So today we're gonna work in a pause mode where we are going to remind ourselves that stillness and calmness comes from within and from a space of consciousness that is an inner state that I can carry with me everywhere I go, and then therefore helping the collective to feel more calm and more still and not so much stress and a lot of joy, because it's a beautiful time of the year. And I know there is many people that love Christmas, and there is a way of carry Christmas. I think the joy of Christmas have to be carried with joy and calmness. So today we're gonna work on that. We are going to work a little bit on the side of yin yoga, which is the most meditative kind of yoga, and also the most medicinal for your mind and your body. So long stretches, deep stretches, facing that calmness, facing that state of stillness, silence, and all the thoughts that comes into your mind. So find a comfortable position on your mat, whether that is sitting with your leg crossed, like myself. I have two blocks under me, and the blocks always help you to keep this posture of more upright spine, just to be able to hold that straight line of your spine from your crown to your tailbone, and making sure that all that energy and the prana of your body comes down in a straight line from base to top and top to base. If this is not available to you, sitting on the floor with your legs extended, that is absolutely fine. Something that means comfortable for you. As we start with a little silence, bringing your attention inwards, so close your eyes or gaze down, finding that comfortable position, and finding your spine in a straight line, closing your eyes or gazing down, bringing your hands on your lap, on your legs, or simply interlace your fingers in front of you. And I have on the background that noise of the park, the songbird that invite us to calmness, but also a joy, to bring joy into our lives. Bringing your attention inwards, centering yourself in that place of stillness. Taking deep breaths through your nose. Exhale long and relaxing through your mouth. Noticing the rhythm of your breath in and out. And noticing if it's deeper and relaxing, or if it's shallow and fast. Noticing that it's easy to go through your nose, or it requires a lot of effort. Making an intention for this practice, the same one that make you come here right now to sit on your mat, in your presence, whether that's physical, mental, or emotional. Yoga have you covered, and there is nothing wrong, there is nothing right. Everything is just is. Whether your goal to be here is only and merely physical, to move your body, that's absolutely fine. If you're here to find that peaceful state of your mind, then that's fine as well. If you are here for pure relaxation, or only for letting go of something that might be have been bothering you during the week or during this morning, or just woke up feeling off the grid, and you are here for releasing whatever negativity is in your heart, then that's fine as well. But if it's all together, it's even better. Take a deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let it go. Blink your eyes open and remove your blocks if you are sitting on one or two or a cushion. And then let's get in our mat with the sole of your feet together, holding onto your ankles. Bring your chest forward, inhale. And on your exhale, chin towards your chest, exhale, round your back. Inhale, chest and heart forward. Exhale, round your back. Inhale. Exhale. It's a modification of your cat and cow on a sitting pose, starting mobilizing your spine. So on your own rhythm, inhaling, chest forward, exhale, round your back. Inhale, chest forward, and on your exhale, forward fold onto your feet. We start with the butterfly pose. A pose that invites you to see what changes you want to bring to your life, as well as approaching the end of the year. It's a really good time to start thinking or to start assessing how did the year went for me. How did I do? Did I accomplish everything that I set on in January? Or I am on the way to accomplish that? Or I am, on the other hand, starting to see what changes I want to invite into my life for the new year that starts. And butterfly pose is very powerful because it does remind us about the changes that we all have to go through in order to become something else, to spread our wings, to come out of that cocoon. And what in first place have made us go into that cocoon? Winter is the time that normally we go into that cocoon, finding the calmness and the stillness to find clarity. Letting go of any resistance on your hips, finding that first stage of the pose. Maybe you can walk your hands forward and see if you can drop a little bit deeper into this pose. Remember that if you have any blocks, these blocks can make any pose a little bit more restorative in order to stay there and in order to bear with the discomfort that may arise from this pose. Like a butterfly, it has to be uncomfortable to grow some wings into a cocoon. Change is always uncomfortable, always. But once the changes are made, then it feels amazing. Drop your crown towards the floor. Two more cycles of breath here. Deep into your nose, out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And very slowly make your way back up. Hands behind you. Feet flat on the floor. A bit wider than your hips. And windshield wipers here, both knees on the floor, side to side. Releasing any tension on your hips. Side to side. Drop your knees to the right hand side and bring your hands to the back of the mat on a twist. And then come back to center. And then bring your knees to the left and your hands to the back of your mat. Bring yourself to center. Cross your legs and release yourself onto tabletop on your mat. Extend the top of your feet. And on your inhale, cat and cow here. Inhale, chest forward, belly to the ground. Exhale, round your back and tuck your chin in. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Last inhale cow, exhale cat. Find your neutral position, and from here send your hips to your heels and stay on child pose. Now, a question that I got no long ago in a yoga class, was if child pose had to have the hands in front of you stretched. And the answer to that is no. Depending what we do in the child pose for, we will have the hands stretched all over in order to stretch our back. But if it's a more restorative resting pose, then you can bring your hands by your ankles and bring your head on the mat. Or you can actually open your knees to the side and place your hands in between your legs. That's very restorative. So because we are starting our class, we are trying to stretch. In this case, the hands will go and stretch in front of us. Then inhale, bring yourself on a tabletop. And then shift your weight forward and slowly bring your chest towards the ground. Stretch your hands behind you, and on your inhale, locust pose. Feet and chest off the ground. Exhale, lower yourself. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bring your elbows to the top of your rib cage. Shoulder distance apart. Elbows right underneath your shoulders and your hands straight above your elbows. Pressing your hip bone on the floor and keeping your chest up. We set for Sphinx pose. Now, if this pose is a little bit too much for your back, or you have problems with your back, you are welcome to extend your hands to the corners of your mat and find that high on your back that will help you or will work with your body. So you can have your hands out, or opposite to that, you can come forward, you can come up a little bit more, or you can stay here in the Sphinx, which is a really good pose for your back, for your lower back. And when we have problems with our back, we normally think, I cannot put any pressure on my back. But personally, in my recovery of a really bad back, compression and extension on my back was a way of healing my back a lot faster. So I know how uncomfortable it feels. But when you put your body, or your back in this case, through the stress of compression and extension, it just creates a process of healing. Not to the point that it's hurting me physically, or it's a painful, stabbing pain. That's not good. I always say discomfort is very welcome, but sharp pain is not. Two more cycles of breath here. Keeping that chest lifted, pushing the floor with your elbows. And on your exhale, lower yourself, push yourself onto a tabletop and straight into down a child pose. So the counter pose for that is going to be your child pose. Sending your hips as low as possible towards your heels. Come back on your tabletop, curl your toes at the back and straight into a downward dog. And here, keep your knees bent if that makes the pose more accessible for you. Shining your sitting bones towards the ceiling. Maybe keeping your heels high up from the floor. Stretching your back and sending your hips up towards the sky. Slowly lowering your heels to the ground and alternating pedal and downward dog. Inhale, send your hips back, and on your exhale, gaze ahead and walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. With this flat back, send your crown out, elongating your spine, keeping your gaze down. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep your knees bent if that makes it more accessible for you. Inhale, circle your hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, interlace your fingers and bend your body to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend your body to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then we start with our sun salutations. Nice and slow, like a moving meditation. Inhale, circle your hands toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knee, extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your knees. Lower your chest and chin on the floor and snake your chest on the floor. Inhale, cobra pose to your own degree. So you can stay on baby cobra or you can go on full cobra. It's completely up to your body, up to your abilities. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl your toes at the back and straight to downward dog. Again, use your modifications of going onto tabletop in order to get to your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air. Oops. And exhale, step forward with your right foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. And on your inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Open your chest. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor. Lift your knee and step forward with your left foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands to the sky. Interlace your fingers and bend your body to the right on your exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause there for a moment. And let's acknowledge the energy that is moving around us. And then we repeat that cycle for the left hand side. Inhale, circle your hands towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knees, chest and chin on the floor. Snake that chest forward and inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, curl your toes and straight to downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg in the air. Exhale, step forward with your left foot. Lower your knee, extend the top of your foot. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands on the floor, step forward with your right foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands on your heart. Again, a moment to pause and to allow your breath to come back to its normal pace. Inhale, circle your hands towards the sky. And on your exhale, bend your knees, send your hips back, sit on that invisible chair. Heavy on your heels and very light on your toes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your right foot. Lower your knee and extend the top of your foot. Then bring your left hand in front of your left foot and both hands on the floor. We set for a dragon pose. So we're gonna sit here for quite a few breaths. So make sure that you can toe heel your left foot towards the left hand side of your mat. The idea, if you're two here, the idea is the front of your hips to stretch, so drop your hips towards the ground. Now, if you cannot, if you have those blocks, You can actually lift the floor towards yourself, bringing it a little bit more high. If that is not available to you, then you can stand, you want to stay on your hands high, then that's fine. As long as your hips are going down. And we said here for this dragon pose, hip opener for a few minutes. This is the power of yin yoga that helps you to settle in that place of stillness, where you're gonna face all the resistances that arise from your body, helping you to stretch not only your body but your mind too. So if you found the first edge of this pose and it's a bit uncomfortable, stay there. If it's very easy, it means that you need to probably test yourself if you need to go a little bit lower. And if lowering on your elbows is really, really uncomfortable, maybe you can bring your elbows to the right hand side so it makes it a little bit more accessible. And then slowly, slowly you make your way, you work your way to the center of the mat again. And then we sit here, opening our hips. Very important, especially at this time in the morning when we have been in bed for a long time, and most of us can pass hours in the same lying in bed in the same position. So it's important to open the hips. Now in here, make sure you're not going to the side. You keep those hips parallel to the ground. It does become uncomfortable, but that is the pose penetrating deeper into your body. Two more cycles of breath here. Deep into your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, and long through your mouth. Bring yourself up on your hands if you were on your elbows. Toe heel the left foot towards the center of the mat. And right hand on the floor, left hand towards the sky. Bring the left hand to the outside of your left foot. And then slowly start sending your hips back towards the back of your mat, lifting your left toes off the ground and setting here for half a split. Maybe you can slide that heel forward so you are not here, you are more in here, keeping the hip on top of your knee. If this is very inaccessible for you because your foot or your leg won't go straight, maybe you can have your blocks there and give yourself more space to bring that leg straight. So sometimes people say, it just won't go straight. Maybe you don't have enough space to be up and be able to stretch it entirely. So some people need to be high up in order to stretch that leg. And then with time, as the practice help you to develop that flexibility, then you will be able to use a different height of your block, and then lower, and then eventually you're gonna go on your hands, and then eventually you're gonna go folding forward into that stretch leg. Flexibility takes time and practice and devotion. It does take effort and discomfort. But if that is your goal, then this is the way to do it. Two more cycles of breath here. Now start bringing your toes down to the ground, rebending that knee. And then bringing your left hand on top of that leg. And then bending your back leg knee, or your right knee. And bringing it towards the left hand side of your mat. Inhale, open your right hand towards the ceiling. Then right hand back on the floor, right foot back on the floor, on the mat, toes curl at the back, and then step onto your downward dog, and then send your hips towards the sky. And on your inhale, lift your right leg in the air. And on your exhale, send that right foot towards the left hand side of your mat, opening your hip. See if you can catch a glimpse of your right foot on your left armpit. Inhale, open, and exhale, step forward with that right foot. Step forward with your left foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands towards the sky. Interlace your fingers, and on your exhale, bend your body towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands on your heart. Pause for a moment again here. And then coming back to that normal rhythm of your breath. I'm feeling the difference between one leg and the other. But this time you will be able to notice how they feel. Maybe your left hip is more open than the right. Inhale, circle your hands towards the sky. Exhale, send your hips back, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back with your left foot. Lower your heel, lower your knee, and extend the top of your feet. Have your blocks next to you if you need them. To heel your right foot to the right hand side and bring that right hand in front. So hands inside of your foot, and then we set again for a lizard pose in this other side. So if you are here in this position and you are not feeling the stretch on your left hip at the front, on your hip flexors, then maybe you want to slide that left knee back, so you give yourself a little bit more space to drop your hips towards the ground. Now, if this foot is here, then push it forward until you find that your knee is on top of your ankle. And then maybe open. If you find that for a reason, your leg is going out, just allow it to. I always say, yoga is not boxed up in anything. There is no one size fits all. Your body is unique to you, as you are unique. So work with your body rather than against it. Again, in here, if you want to bring the floor towards you in order for you to have more comfortable position, then bring your blocks, stack them up and be there, finding your first edge. Remember that first edge is when your body says, okay, stop there, that's enough. You give time, and then after a little while, you can start finding your second edge, just stretching a little bit more. So if you feel like in here it's time to go on your elbows, then of course go for it. Trying to keep your hips square to the ground. So instead of going this way, I stay here. If staying parallel to the ground is not for me yet, which is something that I always encourage in all my classes, is that you recognize where you are, where your body is at, and then work from there forward. Don't try to jam your body and yourself into a pose that you are not ready for yet. Humility is very important in yoga in order to know. Now, one side is never going to be the same as the other side. So be aware of that. So like my left hand side is easier. So in this one, I found in the right hand side, I find like my leg wants to open to the side a little bit more in order to bring my elbow to the floor. So I have to work with that. So it's recognizing where I am on my practice. And breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. Two more cycles of breath here. Now bring your hands up if you were on your elbows. Bring your right hand, left hand on the floor, right hand towards the sky. And then bring that right hand to the outside of your foot, toe heel that foot to the center of the mat. And slowly start sending your hips back, lifting your toes, half split. Again, if you find yourself you're too low there, slide that heel forward so that your hip is on top of your left knee. And then again, a reminder that if your leg is here, it's not stretching anywhere, then perhaps you need a little bit more space up in order to bring that leg down. Yes? So give yourself some time Give yourself some love. Give your body love and understanding, compassion. That's all the qualities that we need to develop in our yoga practice in order to work with our body. And again, we're gonna sit here for a few breaths. And I forgot to get a little tie for my hair, so it's all over the place, which is not very clever. I was in a rush because I stayed in bed for an extra 20 minutes. And then that's the price I have to pay for it. Not too expensive though. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. So if you're here, just try to relax and bring your chest forward, lowering your head, working that stretch at the back of your leg. Two more cycles of breath here. And then lowering your toes. And then sending your hip right. Bring that right hand in front of your foot. Then bend your left knee and then bring that left foot towards the right hand side of your mat. And then open your chest to the left hand side and send that left hand towards the ceiling. Then bring your hand back to the mat. Return your left foot to the back of the mat. Press the mat with your hands and stand and send that leg back and straight to your downward dog. And then right here, left foot lifts in the air. And then bend your knee and send your left foot towards the right hand side of your mat, opening your body to the left hand side. See if you can catch your foot under your right armpit. And then bring yourself to center and step forward with that left foot. Then step forward with your right foot. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your hands all the way to the sky. Interlace your fingers. And on your exhale, bend your body to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands on your heart. And now in here, you're gonna bring your feet to the width of the mat with your heels in, your toes out. Inhale, hands over the sky. Exhale, send your hips back and down to yogi squat. Now, once you are here, then adjust the width of your stance in a way that you can have your feet flat on the floor. Some people can't, and that's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's the mobility on the ankles that prevents you from doing that. So some people find it that staying on the ball of the feet is okay. Obviously, you have to play with your balance here, because what we're going to do is opening the knees to the side and chest through. So it's going to be a bit more challenge, but you work with your body. If none of that is available to you, then use your blocks. Put your blocks on the floor. Bring your knees, your feet as close as you as possible. Make sure you're sitting on your sitting bones, elbows on your knees, open them, and then chest through. Okay, so we modify all the poses to work with your body. And then in here, your stance can be closer. You can open as far as you can and push out. It's teaching your body how to work. Okay, so we are in yogi squat, and we're gonna stay here for a few breaths with your elbows. Push out your knees, hands together in the middle, pressing against each other, chest through, spine long. Relax your body. It's difficult to relax it when there is a lot of resistance in your hips and in your muscles. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Centering yourself in that space of quietness and stillness. Reminding yourself that the silence comes from within. The calmness comes from within. That no matter what sensations and how much noise is outside of you, the calmness always comes from within. You can't keep that calmness. Drop your left hand. So bring your elbows forward as far as you can, and then lower your left hand on the floor toward the left hand side, and open your chest to the right. Right hand towards the ceiling. So in here what we want is the rotation of your chest towards the ceiling, to the sky. The opening of your hips, the opening of your chest. And then come back to center, and this time right hand stretch on the floor, and then my chest twist and then open. And then come back to your center. And now from here, we're going to release ourselves onto our sitting bones. Nice and slowly. Bring your feet up so you can hold on the back of your feet and stretch your legs here for a boat pose. Or if you can, stay here with your hands behind your legs, or you can extend your hands in front of you, scooping that belly button in. We lower ourselves on the mat, on our back, nice and slowly, with control, very slowly on the mat. Bring both of your knees towards your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Then drop both of your knees towards the right hand side and drop both of your knees towards the left and twist your upper body to the right hand side. Maybe pressing your legs with your left hand. Close your eyes and enjoy the twist. Very beneficial for cleansing your body and your energy too. Maybe stretch the top of your legs or your right leg. And then see if you can catch that foot flat in front of you. Or maybe your toe. Maybe you can catch your toe here. And maybe you can slide your left foot back and see if you can catch that toe as well and bring it towards you. Release your feet if you have them hooked with your hands and bring your knees back to your chest. And this time, both of your knees drop to the right hand side whilst you twist your upper body to the left. Maybe pressing the knees toward the ground with your right hand side, your right hand. And maybe stretching that left leg and catching your foot in front of you or your toe, whatever is available to you. And maybe sliding the right leg back and see if you can catch that foot or the toe at the back. So you are bound with both of your feet. And release your feet if you were holding them. And then slowly back on your back. Bring your knees toward your chest. Squeeze them one last time. And on your exhale, stretch your legs. And place your hands next to your body with your palms facing up. Close your eyes. And then enjoy the restful pose of Shavasana. And then my invitation is to stay here for longer at home if you want, if you can, enjoying this pose. Or you can come back to your sitting position. We can close the session whether you are lying on the floor or sitting. Shavasana is a very powerful pose, and I encourage you to stay there for as long as your body feels like. For those who has to dash off, inhale, hands towards the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes or gaze down. And bring those feelings of gratitude, suppleness, quietness, stillness. And invite those qualities to stay for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week, for the rest of the month, and for the rest of this year. Remember that this practice is always there for you to help you to find calmness and stillness inside and outside of your world. And that this class is always there for you whenever you want to come back to this place of stillness. Thank you for your practice. Namaste. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope you are feeling as calm, as flexible, and as fresh as I am for you. I will see you next week at the same time in this channel. So have the most amazing first week of November. And remember that stressing in this time is not welcome. We need to face this time with joy, but without stress. So until next week, have an amazing rest of the day and the week. Bye-bye. Thank you.